guys, so today I'm going to show you how to make super easy and fun apple and pear turnovers. Fun story about this. This was originally supposed to be a pear galette recipe, but I didn't have the right stuff, so I thought, well, wait a second, I have puff pastry. Why not show you guys how to make pear and apple turnovers? A perfect recipe for kiddos, for all the summer events coming up, the spring and summer events, for barbecues, for 4th of July. This recipe is an evergreen recipe that can be used all throughout the year, and it's super easy to make. So let's get started.
Slice apples and pears into thin slices. Make sure that you slice enough to have about 2 cups. Next, we are going to add our cinnamon, nutmeg, and pumpkin spice mixture to our sliced apple and pears. Make sure to give everything a nice coating. This gives such a good flavor to the apple and pear turnovers.
Really take your pumpkin spice, you just sprinkle a little bit on, and I already have my apples prepped, so I'm just showing you guys this for show. Ba-dum-bum. And then you take a little bit of nutmeg, easy peasy, and then you're going to mix everything together. Now, pro tip, you don't want your apples or your pears brownie, so what do? You take your lemon juice, and you squeeze it on top of the apple and pears. This is a trick I use in all of my apple recipes, apple pie, really all of my fruit recipes. This is a wonderful trick for fruit salads. Guys, so the next step for the perfect pear and apple turnovers is we are going to add the sugar. So what I like to do is I like to add the sugar to my prepped fruit before I put them into the puff pastry. So as you can see, I have coconut sugar all ready to go. And I won't use all of the coconut sugar. This is just a rough estimate. I would say about a 1/2 cup, but don't worry, there will be a full blog post attached to this. So you take your coconut sugar. You can use brown sugar. I don't recommend white sugar though. You definitely want to use a darker sugar, and coconut sugar is great because it's a lower on the glycemic index and it burns up in the body differently than using traditional brown sugar. All right, so next we're going to mix our apples and just give them a light dusting. You don't have to go crazy. You want it to be similar to an apple pie. Oh my gosh, this smells amazing.
Using a spoon, combine the cinnamon, sugar, spice, and lemon juice mixture. Make sure you coat your apple and pear slices really well to bring out the most flavors while the apple turnovers are cooking.
Okay guys, so next what we're going to do is we are going to prep our puff pastry. So I purchased store-bought puff pastry from Trader Joe's. Super easy. I thawed it overnight. Puff pastry already prepped from Trader Joe's. And I'm just gonna roll out my puff pastry just a little bit. You don't need to go crazy with it because remember, we're going to cut these into rectangles for our triangle apple turnovers. Man, you think we're doing geometry. All right, that looks pretty good. All right guys, so now that my dough's rolled out, you want to cut then into 4 squares.
As you can see, I had a hard time building my apple and pear turnovers, but they still turned out super delicious. Just make sure you add fruit in the middle and fold your turnover pastry into a triangle or through the middle. Either way, it'll be delicious.
So my apple pear turnovers are prepped, and now I'm just gonna take a little butter wash and brush the tops of them. You can also do egg wash if you want, but I prefer butter. And we're just gonna lightly brush them and then pop them in the oven at 350 degrees for 25 minutes, depending on your oven's, how hot it gets. So you might need a little bit longer, a little bit less, but the apple pear turnovers should turn a nice, gorgeous golden brown. And they don't have to be perfect, like I said. Clearly, they're all not the same size, but you have some apple croquets and some apple turnovers, and I think they're gonna be delicious. So let's pop them in the oven. Our turnovers are done, and if I do say so myself, for my first time making turnovers, they turned out really good, especially considering we didn't use a refined sugar. Remember, we used coconut sugar. So I'm going to give one a try. My little pretties, you look so delicious. All right, ready? I'm just gonna take a bite. We're gonna go big or go home. I'm amazing. Look at that. I'm gonna show you up close. Look at that. Oh, it's gorgeous. Creamy, filling, breaks apart. Look at that. Flaky pastry crust. Oh. Do a little dance, make a little love, comment, DM me, let me know what you want to see, because we are gonna keep making the good stuff.